everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about some things that you can do while you're home. I know with everything going on right now and all this uncertainty, a lot of us are stuck at home. I know personally I'm actually home from college the rest of the semester, so I'll be doing school online. So that just started up again today, so that is one of the things that will be keeping me busy is I'm still in school, so I have a ton of schoolwork and studying, and like my classes are now like in an online format. I really wanted to sit down and just come up tell you guys some other things that I've been doing, just stay busy, try and still like do things that are important for myself, but I also have a lot more free time now as well to do some things that I normally don't have time to do. And so figured today we would sit down and talk about all of those things. I'm sure we're at that point now where a lot of you are starting to get really bored and running out of ideas, so hopefully some of the things that I mentioned today can help you guys out. Don't mind me, I'm gonna drink some tea while we do this video. So as you can see behind me, I'm actually a really big reader. It's one of those things where while I'm in school it can be really challenging for me to find the time to sit down and want to read for leisure because I have like these massive textbooks that I need to read. But this is a really great opportunity to read some books, whether you can get them if you have like Prime on Amazon. They actually have a ton of free books that you can download that way. So that's something that I actually didn't even know about until recently. So if you have a Prime membership, there is a way for you to go into their like Audible section. You might have to download the app. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they actually have a lot of free books that you can like quote unquote download and rent. You can kind of keep them from as long as you want from my knowledge, and that's a really great way to read for free if you don't have books. But I actually have a ton of books that I actually read back in like high school, and something that I started doing during this break was reading some of those books. I think it's really fun to reread books that you read years ago because a lot of the times you take more away from it and you have a different perspective and more knowledge and insight onto some of the topics you might have read when you were younger. So I actually am right now reading a book called Freakonomics. This was a book that I had to read in AP Economics my senior year, and I remember not really understanding a lot of the concepts in here at the time because it was prior to taking that class. I've since taken like many other economics class and I'm a business major, so rereading it I'm just like, wow, this like is really interesting, makes way more sense. If you are interested in more of like the why people buy what they buy, why they do what they do, like kind of incentives and motives and all those things. Freakonomics, the two guys I think that wrote this book have their own podcast. It's really good. I listen to it all the time. They have a ton of different topics. It's definitely one of those things where you'll like walk away with learning something, and it's like kind of like being in school, but it's a lot more interesting in my opinion. So they do have a podcast. I will link everything that I'm talking about down below in case you're interested. So I'm currently reading that. Now's a really good time to like get a book that you really like and just pick it up and read. Be sure to let me know down below what your favorite books are because I'm always up for new recommendations. Okay, another thing that I love doing right now is playing board games. So I've always been a major board game fan. It's really hard for me to convince my family to play with me a lot of the times, but it's something that I just feel like is really fun if you can get everyone in your family and your household involved or your friends. So yeah, so my all-time favorite is, sorry for all this noise. My all-time favorite is probably Scrabble. It's just, I don't know, I'm just so super nerdy and I love board games like that. But I also recently picked up this card game at Walmart. I think it was like $20. You can get it on Amazon. It's called Do You Know Me? And this is really fun to play with like friends and family. It's one of those games where there definitely are some inappropriate cards in here, but you can like take them out. So when I'm playing with my younger sister, I just like won't include those ones. And it's a fun game to like see if you actually know the people that you live with or your friends and stuff. Kind of questions that you would like never ask usually in general. But it's fun. I don't know. It's lighthearted. It's fun. Kind of gets everyone laughing, and at a time like this that's always a great thing. So that Battleship's really good if you only have like one other person to play with. I'm trying to think of others, but yeah, just board games in general I think is a really fun thing. Also wanted to mention video games. So I personally am not a big video game person when it comes to like the consoles and stuff. My sisters actually have been playing PS4 I think, and what is that popular game? I can't think of it, but they've been playing that. So video games is always something. Maybe you forgot you even had like a Wii or whatever you have. Great time to like whip that out and like rediscover some of your favorite things. I actually, where is my phone? I actually have been playing 2 games on my phone that I've always had. I just never really like had the time to sit down and play them. So one of them is called My Home, and these are just the kind of games I like. But now's a good time I guess to download an app and like see if you find any games you like. Be careful because you might get addicted. I'm trying to let it download. So yeah, so basically you get to like design a home and you play games in order to design it, or you play a game. It's kind of like a Candy Crush. I just wasted one of my lives for you guys. But yeah, it's like a Candy Crush style game, and then once you get like the points and whatnot, you get to design a home. So that one's really fun. I like games like that personally. That's what I play on my phone when I'm super duper bored at night. Okay, and then of course we have to spend time talking about like Netflix and all of the streaming apps. So definitely started some new shows, a lot to talk about there. I also want to like give a rundown of some of my favorites. I know I'm gonna forget a ton, so what I'm gonna do is leave my favorites down below. I'll also leave down below what I'm currently watching. Let me know what you're loving, what you're watching. I feel like there's just so many things. It can be really overwhelming to pick something, but I currently just started, I'm almost done with now, Handmaid's Tale. Okay, definitely very graphic, very intense, dark. If you're not into that, you will hate it. Don't watch it, but really, really good, great acting. One of those shows where you just want to keep watching. So I've been loving that. I also started a show with my mom, so that was fun. We watch it like an episode a day. It's on Hulu, and I want to say it's called Little Fires Everywhere. It has like Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington, I think her name is, and so far it's really good. We only watched 2 episodes, but that's been fun to watch with my mom. We'll like have a wine night and watch that. What else? Oh, and then sometimes I don't really want to like watch something where I have to like fully be engaged. So I love any like Food Network, like Chopped or Guys Grocery Games or like Cake Wars or something like that. I always will watch those when I'm just like wanting to just relax and just not really like have to fully pay attention, if you know what I mean. One of my all-time favorite shows is Black Mirror, and that's on Netflix, so definitely check that out if you've never seen it. Lost was a really good show. I will say that the ending was not my favorite, but the entire show in general I loved. Grey's Anatomy, of course. I haven't seen Gossip Girl in years, but I used to love Gossip Girl. I also really enjoyed the O.J. Simpson. They turned it into like a show. I actually really enjoyed that, so if you're into more of like the crime mystery kind of stuff, that was really cool. Oh, if you want like a lighthearted comedy, there's this show called Atypical on Netflix. I love that as well. Big Seinfeld girl. I love Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. That's like a really short show with Jerry Seinfeld, and he like brings on different comedians each episode, and they just sit down, have a cup of coffee, and talk about themselves, and I just enjoy like watching little things like that. If you like comedy, I will leave in the description bar like all of my favorite shows and what I'm currently watching in case I forgot some. Okay, another thing I've been doing to kill time is actually cleaning through my closet. So this has been difficult because I was like came home without knowing I wasn't going back to school. A lot of my clothes are still at school, but I've just been like cleaning like out my closet. I'm going to either like making piles to give to my sisters, making piles to give to like donation, just because there are so many clothes in that closet that I haven't worn in years, and it's just sitting in there taking up space. So now's like a really good time to do like a deep cleaning of what your clothes are, or even just your bedroom. You can get fun and like reorganize things. That's always a fun time. So why not, since you have the extra time? Another thing I've been loving to do is cooking. So this is something that I honestly never really spend the time to do, just because with school it's really hard to like take time to plan out a dinner, get all the ingredients. So this is hard obviously because it's harder to get food right now, but it's been fun to just kind of like see what's in the house and create a concoction. So I've been like playing around with some different recipes and spices. Now it's just like a really fun time to do that. Another big one is music. So I've really been just enjoying listening to music. I have like the I don't want to say the name because I think it will turn on, but like one of the little like Alexa things. Mine's like the Google one though, and a lot of the times I'll just like sit down on the bed, close my eyes, turn the lights off, like light a candle, and listen to music for like a good 20 to 30 minutes. It's just something to like relax but not like fully on sleep. So definitely recommend trying that out. And then it's really important for me to still stay active in this time. It's hard to the same extent, like because in the gym it's a lot easier to like, I don't know, grind yourself out. Whereas when you're at home working out, it's harder to be motivated, and you kind of get tired of doing the same thing and seeing the same surroundings, in my opinion. So I try to switch it up. So I'll usually try and go on like a 30-minute walk every day, every other day. And I like to do it in the morning before it gets hot out because I live here in Florida, and a lot of the times what I'll do is I will turn on a podcast. So because right now with all these things going on in the news, I actually like to turn on like the daily news podcast or just something like educational. Sometimes Girls Gotta Eat. I love Girls Gotta Eat or Gals on the Go if I want something more like lighthearted and girly, but I like to like spend my like walking time listening to a podcast and just kind of like starting my day off like that. Sometimes I'll do it like at the end of the day and end my day on that. And then I'll actually go outside on my back screened-in patio, and I'll put the yoga mat out and just do a little bit of light weights, some ab routines. Nothing crazy, like I said, it's not the same workouts that I was doing like at the gym, but it's still something to like make me feel better about my day, feel more refreshed and just ready to take on the day. I don't know, I feel like it's really important though to like get yourself in the right mindset. So that's something fun that I've been really enjoying. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to end on is doing something that you've always wanted to do in your head, but never always told yourself you didn't have the time or the energy or whatever it was. And so for instance, like YouTube is something I put aside for a long time, and it's something I'm like, I really want to do, I miss it. So here I am, just sit down and do it. There's no better time than right now to do it. So those are just a couple of the things that I've been doing to stay productive and busy during this time. Let me know down below what some of your favorite things are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.